evening. The time is 20 to 10. I'm on my way back. Yeah, it was a long old ride tonight, but happy to see my boy in good spirits. He's as good as gold. I love him so much. Makes me really proud. I gave his mum a birthday present, and it was nice to see him do that. I guess it's those kind of memories there that you'll remember forever. As your kids get older, they're able to say what they want to say and say how they feel, on top of being able to do things like give a present. I was really thinking in the back of my head, I can't wait for the day that you say happy birthday, daddy. That's going to be quite amazing. I've still got Pepper playing. Yeah, these times they're sad. I hate leaving my boy. You know, where I've been in his life from day one, I don't think I'm ever going to quite get used to not having him around all the time. You know, after the third day I don't see him, I do get quite upset, and I feel like a part of me is actually physically 200 miles away. And I can understand when the expression of your heart hurts, but I guess that's part and parcel of being that father, I guess, and you know, having to deal with not having your child around. I think probably the 7 weeks that I had him, if anything, up until this point in our lives together, was probably the best thing that ever happened to us. To spend almost 2 months with my boy, raising him, putting him in childcare, teaching him. We've created such a bond that I'm really quite blessed that those 7 days that I don't see him, it really is like no time has gone by. Well, it looks like from his perspective. He's always excited to see me. You know, once I do see him, you know, those 7 days do disappear. But the saddest thing for a father who only sees his child on the weekend is more playing catch up. So, you know, in between those times, I'm quite desperate to know how he gets on. At the moment, I don't know how he gets on, but I'm optimistic. I'm hoping one day that will change. I pray every day. I am genuinely or generally quite a positive person, and I believe that's probably going to help me in the coming months and years. And I hope that one day, whether he's in Wales or whether he's with me, that the relationship between me and his mother will be a little bit better, for his sake more than anyone else's. Because at this point, I think that our relationship actually sometimes suffers when it comes to our raising of our child. You know, it's not ideal, and I will never accept it as a standard, because I know what I want for my child in terms of how he looks up to his parents. You know, I'm very aware of that, and that concerns me quite a lot. When I was growing up, it wasn't a case of I could look up to any relationships that I saw and could base my standard on that, because none of them were that great, and all I've ever really wanted from my son was to have what I didn't have. And don't get me wrong, I wasn't a child that was deprived of things, but my my outlook on relationships, you know, in the bluntest way, is quite a negative. And you know, I've made my mistakes in the past, and I hope that, you know, the mistakes I have made, I've made and learned for my son, so he wouldn't have to make those same mistakes. So as I drive back to London with another 178 miles left to go, I'll be thinking with hope and positive thoughts, as anything else doesn't benefit me, basically. And I believe it would be very easy in these stages to lose hope. But the whole reason that I'm doing this, the whole reason that I'm even blogging is to show people that don't give up hope, take it one step at a time, one visit at a time, one day at a time, one message at a time, one thought at a time. My cousin, I thank God for her every day, because if it wasn't for her, I would be in a completely different place. But something that she says always rings in my ears. It used to be, Joseph, you're focusing on the wrong things. Now is continue to focus on those things that you're focusing on now, and everything will be fine. And as it stands today, even though things are definitely not the way that I would want them to be, I am focused on the things that I need to be focused on. Number one is staying in the job. Number two, make sure that I do as much as I can for my boy in any way, shape or form. And the third is to keep my mind on those focuses there. That's it. Repeat, repeat, repeat. I don't know. I always have this somber type of feeling on the way back. It's weird. The best way to describe it is like coming back home from a funeral. I don't know if that's ever going to change. I don't know if that's the way that I'm supposed to feel. You know, like I said in my last couple of blogs, is to not have emotions is to not be human. I guess I just wish it wasn't as sad as it was. But you know, it's one of those things. I want to thank everyone who's been supporting me up until now.